Okay, couple of comments. How many of you saw my announcement Friday on Canvas?
Was it
1, 2, about the chapter test? Okay. I didn't have any takers this weekend. So just so you know, to retake the Chapter 2 test, you have to go through the Khan Academy exercises. I'm tired of letting people retake when they haven't learned anything more than they already knew, thinking osmosis is just going to make it so they understand things they didn't understand before. So all the grades are in as of this morning. I am gone Thursday, Friday, Monday. My grades are due Monday, so they will be going in Wednesday night before I leave. So if you plan on trying to get your grade up before the end of the quarter, you must have that done by Wednesday. There's not going to be rushing the last minute Thursday, Friday, because Mrs. Fennell is going to be my sub, and she will have no way to change grades or grade things or anything. Okay, so that gives you 3 days, those of you who need to get your grade up. We're starting in on Chapter 3, and Chapter 3 is finding solutions to systems of equations. So we learned in Chapter 2 how to graph equations, single equations. Chapter 3, we're going to have more than one equation, and we're going to learn different strategies on how to find the solution that makes both of those equations true. Okay? This section was really easy. This is the easiest section of the chapter. This section was just determining whether a set of points or a point is a solution to a system. Okay, so where two lines cross, that intersection point is the solution to a system. So if you want to see what the solution is, and you can graph the lines and then see where the lines cross. Okay, the only thing that makes it difficult when you're graphing is if you're just sketching and not actually using a ruler. This particular section, when you're trying to graph to find where the intersection happens, it's really important that it's very precise. Otherwise, it may look like it's at 1, 2, but it may be at a fraction. And if you haven't graphed, if you've just sketched it, it's going to be hard to know. Okay, so I think in one of the videos, or the only video, I mentioned that if you're going to solve it graphically, it's really important that you take your answer and you plug it back into the equations to make sure that it truly does work in both equations. That's the only way really to check your work. Okay. The other thing that I think in this section, you're given a couple of equations and a solution, and they want to know whether the solution is true, and all you have to do is plug the solution into both equations and see if it's true. Okay, so it's really not too hard of a section. Solving graphically. And I'm going to go back here and make sure I'm right on the maybe. That's what I wanted. Yeah. So it went through in this section. If you're given a graph, wanting to know if 5, -2 in this example is actually a solution. So looking here, where they intersect does in fact happen at 5, -2. So the answer is yes. If you want to figure out whether it's a solution to a system of equations that isn't graphed, again, you just put those points in for x and y and see if it's true for both. And then if it is, it's a solution. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to the textbook check and just review that real quick. We just went through that one. I pulled it right out of the textbook. Second one, is the point -2, 1 the solution to the system below? No, it's -3, 1. In the video, I added a comment. I just discussed that. Make sure that you plug your answers into the equations and verify it's correct. Question 4, is 6, -1 a solution to the system? Well, we need to plug 6, -1 in for both x and y. So in the first one, 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 4 is 22, so it works in the first one. 2 times 6 is 12, minus 5 is not, or is 7, 12 minus 5. So yes, it works in both. And then finally, is the point -3, 4 the solution? If I put -3 in for x, I get -6 minus 12, that's -18. And then -3 plus 8 is not 6. So this is no, not a solution. Okay, I can't remember how many there are for CK12. There might just be one. I don't remember. And then web work, and that'll be due tomorrow night. So we'll have 3.1 and 3.2 will be the only grades on this quarter. Okay?
That come in after school.
Yep. And I've got 2 people, you in this section, interventions, okay. As soon as everybody's taken it, I can pass the test back. But again, just looking at your tests without going through it and understanding what you did wrong, I'm not letting you retake. You're going to have to go through the Khan Academy program. And as soon as if you decide to do that, you need to let me know so I can add the sections that I need so that you can complete those. Okay. Yeah, and the faster you let me know, the faster you can get started on it. Okay, but you've got interventions, you've got at home you can do work on it, but it needs to be retaken by Wednesday, and preferably not after school, because I'm going to be trying to get all my grades in after school.
On Wednesday.
Yep, because I'm leaving Thursday morning. All right.